Hello again. A few years ago, the news that a company would be hiring staff based solely upon merit, without any reference to skin colour or anything else irrelevant, other than intelligence and ability, would probably have passed unremarked. After all, what could be fairer or more sensible? The policy for hiring to which I'm referring is to be called MEI, which stands for Merit, Excellence and Intelligence. The company concerned, which is in the United States, deals with artificial intelligence, so ability and intelligence is really all they want in their employees. Nevertheless, this sensible idea has caused an uproar in some circles because it is in deliberate and witting defiance of one of the sacred cows of the modern age, which is to say that all companies should seek to promote diversity, equity and inclusion. This means, of course, that your aim when recruiting should be to ensure that your workforce reflects the community you serve, as it's called these days. In practice, this means making sure that you give jobs to so many women, so many black people and a certain number of folk with disabilities. It is, of course, a recipe for mediocrity, because you're not choosing people based on qualities such as intelligence or ability, but rather upon the amount of melanin in their skin, whether they have male or female genitals, and also if they have some physical disability. The CEO of Scale AI, a firm developing artificial intelligence, is a young man of Chinese heritage and thinks that this is mad. He has no use for either racism or sexism or tokenism. All he cares about is getting the best staff. The company will be using non-verbal intelligence tests and other methods for finding those with the sharpest minds and the best ability to work in the field of artificial intelligence. Elon Musk has publicly endorsed the idea. It is hard to imagine how anybody could object to a policy which is dedicated to ignoring skin colour and gender and simply seeking out the brightest and most talented people. At one time, such colour-blind hiring was the dream of all those who were opposed to racial prejudice in the workplace. Imagine simply choosing the best person for the job. The scheme, though, is being bitterly denounced because it entails throwing out the current system of hiring quotas of black people and women. Whenever applicants for jobs or university places are sifted in this way, without regard to anything but cognitive ability, the result is invariably that many white people and those of Chinese or Indian ancestry score highly, and black people tend to score poorly. This then is the real but unspoken fear that if we operate a level playing field, then black people will fall behind. It's why Ivy League universities in America have for years operated a quota system to ensure that they don't have too many Jews or Chinese students. This is the flip side of diversity, equity and inclusion, that it always militates against Jews and Chinese people. By appearing to be fairer to one minority, the fact remains that it means increased unfairness for other minorities. In the description to this video, I give links to news items about this new initiative, and I should be interested to see if any British company might have the courage to start something of the kind on this side of the Atlantic. Just imagine a non-white businessman decides to start hiring staff without reference to race. Can you imagine? It really is high time that we stopped measuring the colour of people's skins and started judging them more by the content of their character and their intelligence.